Hello, my name is Sven.
And I'm Patrick.
In this video we show you 10 devices, 10 products for PCB developers or mechanical developers. So let's go on.
Let's start with our building housings. If you need your electronic in a building, then it's very important you can put it in a residential cabinet. Here you see the end result, but let's see how we start. This is the base, and as you can see, you can put several PCBs on several layers. First step. Second step, you take a standard article where you have transparent or not transparent, and where you have a lot of possibilities to put your connectors.
So they're modular, Patrick.
This is modular. As I said, this was standard, but you can make it completely customized. Where you need connectors, one side, other side, when you need an opening, everything is possible.
So and all the files are also available on our website, the 3D files?
Yes, of course. And even you can do on the website, make your own device. Also the possibility to have your personal printing. Display, keyboard, everything is possible with our BC housings. We just showed you these BC or building housings. In a lot of applications, it's necessary to connect both of these articles. Then you have the possibility with the wiring, connection here, connection there, another one connection, and so on. With the HABUS, we have the possibility to put this one in the DIN rail. You see here connection.
I think there are like 16 connections, Patrick?
60 connections. Also, in our housings, we have the same connection. So you can interconnect your bus system, your power, whatever. If you need a second one, and it's not the same dimension, you use another HABUS, you interconnect them, and then you put them on your DIN rail. Once on your DIN rail, you can take your module, click it on.
Fits right, perfect.
The other one, click it on, and you have one modular system, and you can have more of these ones, one side, other side, whatever. The only thing you have to do is put your HABUS in the DIN rail, and you are there.
So you spare a lot of space savings in the PCB also?
Space savings and a lot of work. You don't have to connect every wire here.
Correct, correct. Super. Okay, next product.
As we spoke about our BC housings, I showed you this module with more than one PCB. So you can imagine if you want to connect those PCBs, you need special connectors. Therefore, Phoenix Contact now has in its range board-to-board connectors. So you see here two PCBs connected with two connectors.
So those ones are with shielding? Eh?
This one is shielding, right. If you have a lot of data, then we have the possibility to have a shielded version. And you can connect them in several ways. Horizontal, you can stack them, and also you can have them in 90 degrees. Even there's the possibility not only board to board, but also wire to board. In one portfolio from pitch 254 till pitch 0635. That's very, very small for all your applications, interconnections between your PCBs.
These are fine pitches. Huh?
That's why we call it fine pitch.
Yeah, okay. So all SMD also? Huh?
And SMD.
Yeah, okay, super. Next product.
We just spoke about SMD connections. Imagine you have a PCB and everything on your PCB is SMD. but you also need a power connection. As you know, power connections, wires of 2.5 diameter, then it's very hard to use the SMD. That's why we have this new product. It's called SCAT. It's a connector, but one port connector. So it means you don't have a port on your PCB itself. You also only have all the holes metallized, and then you put your connector, and I have to put it in the right way.
Inside. Oh, yeah.
You click,
Yeah.
and on these sides we have the two orange levers, and it's fixed.
Can I see the other side? Because you don't need selective soldering anymore.
No soldering.
It's a
So you
fixed
put it on it,
connection.
and that's it. That also means if you have to change your PCB, only disconnect this connector, put it on the PCB, put right back your connector, and up you go. Connection is with spring, but you also have the possibility to have crimp contacts. So SCAT is the name, and it can solve your problems on SMD print boards.
Super. Next product.
Double connection. Let's take back our PC housing. Imagine you have several connections. Ethernet, bus system, whatever the customer needs.
Yes.
They're always connected, one to each other. You have a problem with this one, you take them out, but also your connection is vanished.
Is deconnected.
Yeah, your connection is not there anymore. And therefore, we have the possibility to use a connector where your bus system keeps running.
So put a wire in, like this, and then we put it down, and then you have a connection. So your wire is going through, you have a connection here, and it's going back to the other device.
And if you still want to disconnect this one, that's still possible. Then we have several connectors that you can use for the same kind of application. A little bit smaller, a little bit bigger, spring connection, screw connection, even with a color code, everything is possible to connect your specific bus system.
Also, this type saves space on your PCB because you don't need more.
Yep, you don't have to put two connectors one to another, one connector, and your connection is always there.
Okay, super. Next product. Now, when you have an application like this one, you have a KNX solution, you need also a KNX connector. We have them also in our web shop available. We have them here with the red and black. You can disconnect them from each other. It's also a possibility if you need it. Hopla. And fit them beautifully inside our housing.
And are these the only colors we have, Sven?
No, we have also other colors. It's, I think, yellow and white.
Right, so the typical colors that we use in the KNX applications.
Yeah, that's correct. And also with the possibility to have more wires on one connector.
Okay, and it's very compact.
It's super compact, if you see. It's really compact to get this device running on a KNX protocol. Next product.
I think everyone knows this one, RJ45.
Yeah, that's well known, Patrick.
It's well known, it's the standard.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it. Industrial applications, but also at home, and when you see on your laptop or whatever, RJ45 is everywhere.
It's a worldwide well known,
Yep.
8 pins connector.
But now we have a next step, next level. It's called single pair Ethernet. 2 wires for the same kind of application, but as you can see, to the dimensions,
Very, very, very.
very small.
Yeah.
If you have a switch, for example, with 24 ports, You can imagine 24 one like this or 24 like this. You gain a lot of space.
There are also a lot of chips available right now in the market that doing a single pair Ethernet.
And it's a standard.
It's a standard, and you have also the possibility to get power over data line. So it's also very interesting to feed your devices through those two wires.
And of course, you have your connector. That can be like you have your patch cables for RJ45. And you also have the possibility to connect it yourself. If you have to go outside, it's quite possible with the Ethernet application. Then we have this version. It's IP67. And of course, you need another kind of connector. But the application stays the same. Inside, outside, whatever. You can change this one. And the most important thing is place.
I think this is future. This is really future.
It's future, but it's near future. A lot of applications are already running.
We have also already some applications running with single pair Ethernet, and it's more a demand. Like, okay, what do you have? We want to try new technologies, and it's quite simpler. So, okay, super. So we have a lot of patch cables, standard patch cables, unshielded patch cables, and these are industrial patch cables. You see different kinds of options that we have, like 90 degrees, or if you want also sideways. The ones that you can use in industrial, a lot of bending is possible. A lot of possibilities, a lot of options, also UL certifications. We have a lot of them. So if you have any questions, those are only a little bit what you see here on the table, but just ask us.
I also see several colors.
Yes, a lot of colors also available right now. I think we have nine colors in the industrial types.
And we can also make them ourselves?
Yes, that's also a possibility. You can make them yourselves, and therefore we have other options. So here you have this inside. Here we have a metal industrial one. Then you can put your wire inside. We have a color coding paper on the side here, so you know.
That looks easy.
It's very easy. You have like four wires that you can put in the system, and you put 4 on the system, and then you close it with the IDE system. Here you can see it's entering the cable. You close it, and then you have here also for the bigger cable a clamp. And that's the RJ45 industrial.
So you don't need any special tools?
No, just the only special tool, it's not really a special tool, is to cut the cables on the right length, and that's it.
That's very easy in the field then.
The same for this one. It's also RJ45. Just open it, put in the cable on the right color. You see the color coding is here and here. Cut the cable in here and close it, lock it, and it's also very easy to use.
Okay, very practical.
Next product.
Push-pull. Everyone knows the classic M12 connector. If you have to do several of them, turning, it takes time. It's not always easy, one next to another, you don't have place. That's why we started with a push-pull system. Push-pull system, very easy. You have your connector, you put it on the right place, push.
And it locks, yeah.
And it's fixed.
Okay.
Pull, and it's out.
Yeah.
Very easy. Push, pull. We have them directly on the PCB with the connector on the other side. But it's also possible to have 2 connections to interconnect wherever you want and where you have your M12 connection. Inside, we have several possibilities: A code, B code, whatever you want, data, signal, power. Everything today in push and pull.
Yeah, the good thing is you can fix them more closely together because you don't have to to turn. You just put them in and pull them out. Next product. The ECS housing. It's a watertight box with a membrane underneath here. There is also space for a PCB. And then here you see on the top, you can mount your PCB on those little holes here. If you need it, you can use on your PCB a connection with an M12 or a push-pull or whatever connection that you want. But it's completely watertight. It's I think it's IP
67, 69.
69. So it's a really good box to use outside. An outside application. You see also here there is like a silicon shielding. We have them in a medium variant, like this size, much bigger, and a bigger this one variant. So if you need more electronics to go outside and to give it a good environment, then we have a solution for you.
And you don't have to make the holes that you need yourself. We have a lot of standard solutions where you have already 2 RJ45s, for example, or 2 M12s, whatever of classic connections that you have in this world. We have them already installed on this part, so you don't have to do it yourself.
Yeah, this is really ruggedized outdoor application. So if you need those environments with hazards and etc., it's a very nice product. Okay, those were the 10 products.
Thank you very much for your attention. And if you have still questions, you know where we are. Don't hesitate. Thank you.
Till next time.